What is up, guys? I had high hopes when this started. Today we are doing the Rokinon 28mm F2.8 lens for the Pentax. But of course, like I said, you can get an adapter, put it on anything else. I was so excited for this lens. But yeah, let's get into it. So, just thank God we're able to take photos like this. Absolutely amazing. Praise the Lord. Thank God that we're able to do that. Just want to give him thanks first, and then let's get into it. So, we have our 4 categories like always: affordability, accessibility, build quality, and versatility. And we're going to go over those today with this specific lens. Now, I was looking up Rokinon, and I was reading some stuff saying that this possibly could be a rebadged Samyang. I had read some stuff that said it could be a rebadged Rioch. There's not a lot of information about what this specific lens is, what it can do, what you can do with it, and pretty much nobody has a review on this lens. Everybody has picked up a different 28mm besides this lens to add to their kit. So first off, let's talk about the affordability. Since this is such an unknown lens, and I found it on eBay. This is the only one I've actually found on eBay. I haven't been able to find another 28 like this, so I guess it's pretty rare from what I've heard, or people threw them away. I'm not sure. It was, I would say, a 9, because you could probably get a JCPenney or, maybe an SNC for maybe $10 more. But for $11 from eBay, can't really complain, but it's not the cheapest lens I've bought, but I can't complain. So that was a 9. And then for the accessibility of this lens, which is funny, I rated it a 4. For the accessibility, I rated it a 4. So the reason why I rated this a 4 is because, like I've said before, I have a ton of experience shooting manual, and it's a lot easier on a Lumix. I just like the user interface when it comes to the finding it, in which I have my adapter, so I will be using that here pretty soon, which is going to be awesome. But I was having a tough time finding it. The SMC 50 was so easy. It was like, oh my gosh, it was such a breeze. My other lenses have been, I will take any of the lenses I've used so far over this one when it's trying to find focus. And it was just an absolute disaster trying to find. I tried the viewfinder, then I would try the live viewfinder, back and forth, trying to get that in focus look, and most of my shots were out of focus. I stopped it up to 8. I shot at F.8 F8 on this most of the time. Majority of the time it was F8, but I still ended up with just the weirdest bokeh and out of focus parts of the photo that I couldn't even figure out where it was going to be out of focus. Sometimes it would be at the bottom, sometimes it would be on the left. Majority of the time it was on the left, and then sometimes it would just literally, the depth of field was almost impossible to figure out on this lens, where a lot of the other lenses I've used give you a lot more leeway and are a lot more forgiving when it comes to trying to find that field of view when it comes to what's in focus, what's out of focus. This one didn't. This one was actually quite hard, so I would give it a 4. It is super difficult, even for an experienced photographer, to use. Does that give you cool effects? Yeah, on an artistic point of view, it does, kind of possibly give you something that, other lenses won't. But for somebody that's just very technical about the photos they're about to shoot, this is going to be a lens you just are going to immediately take off your camera body, or you're going to come home and be extremely disappointed. So next we're going to go over build quality. The build quality is immaculate. I mean, this is actually a really well built lens. You got 6 diaphragm blades that work really well. It's, the entire thing is clean. It's all metal practically. This thing is just, the build quality is awesome. That's what I am so sad about, is I had such high hopes. I love the way this lens looks. It's such a cool looking lens. The lettering, the paint isn't chipped or worn at all. Nothing's worn about this lens except for the back lens. You can see there's some wear marks. Other than that, this looks like it's an immaculate lens. Like it's almost brand new. It's amazing looking. So that was a 7, just because like there is some weird aberrations. It's extremely hard to figure out how to focus this thing, and the focusing ring feels like it sticks a little bit in certain spots where it's just really sticky. It's really hard to really rotate. It doesn't do it super smooth. So that was a 7. And then we're gonna go over the versatility. I would give that one, I would think this would be a super versatile lens at almost 50 millimeters. So this was like a run and gun, good to go lens, but I just had the toughest time because I think it's 42 millimeters, and I just, trying to find that focus, trying to use this lens right, it was not easy at all. The versatility wasn't super high, but again, it was versatile. I was able to take portraits. Not really take portraits, except for kids. I could take portraits of kids or somebody's face, but the typical photos I would use for social media, what my bread and butter is, not necessarily my favorite type of photography, but that's exactly what I get hired to do. That's what I do 90% of the time is social media. This is not a lens for social media. I was taking a picture of my subject, everything was in focus, but then the shoes are completely out of focus, or the top of the head, the hair is out of focus, or a part of the shoulder is out of focus. And it's like, I even stopped it up to 8 and I still had the same issue. So it's like, it's crazy. So the versatility of it was not there at all, especially for something that's supposed to be a little bit more wide. I didn't have a lot of versatility, so I gave that one a 7 as well. So all together, all in all, this is going to be a 6 on my rating. And would I recommend you picking up this lens? No, I would not recommend you pick up this lens. If you wanted to pick it up to put it on your camera body just to protect it or for it to look cool, because that's exactly what I'm going to do, is I'm going to take this lens off of this Pentax and I'm going to stick this bad boy right on it, because it is a cool looking lens and it's very nice to just have in your collection because it's cool looking. But is it one that I would ever pick up again? I don't want to, but part of me as a photographer wants to go and keep trying. Try until I perfect it, until I can master it. And once I master it, I want to, like, you know, really feel like I did a job. It's a challenge to me, but on an extreme level in which I dislike. So it'll bug me until I figure out how to use it properly, but until then, I probably will stay far away from it. There's a lot of shots that just did not come out right, but I got a lot of cool shots. Like, I'm not gonna knock it for like this. When the shots were right, they were right. But is it something I would recommend? No. Stay away from it. Get the JCPenney 28. Just spend the extra $20. Get an SMC. That's what I'm looking for right now. Is I'm looking for the SMC 28mm and then the SMC 55mm to do a lot more of the street photography. And then hopefully I can dive into a little bit of night photography. That'll be a lot of fun to do that. So, as you can see, I have the Pentax here, the KP. I am going to be doing the not the SMC, what am I saying? I'm going to use a Samyang, the MC Samyang, the one that I've cleaned thoroughly. This lens had a bunch of lens haze, a bunch of oil. I've taken apart the front element, the rear element. You can check out the video about the rear element. I've repaired it. I got this lens for $5. We have an f-stop with 3.5. Continuous, it's macro, and it's 28-70, so I'm very excited to use it. We're going back to some zoom lenses so we can see what it's like using that. I'm super excited about that. And then again, you can like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any suggestions on a 28 that I should pick up, I would love to hear it. And of course, there are going to be all the photos that I took at the end of this video, so you guys can look at them in detail. I am going to leave a couple videos up there where you can see some of that distortion or out of focus just on one side. That's the crazy thing. It was just on the left side or just at the bottom. It wasn't consistent anyway. It's not like it was like, you know, a mirrored lens where it's like all around. It was just literally on that one part. So it was quite a conflict for me. So anyways, thank God. Thank you guys for subscribing. Hopefully I can give away some of these lenses here pretty soon. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment. I would love to give away some of these lenses. I got a camera bag full of them, so I'll see you guys soon. Thanks.